it used to be some old guy who lived in Russ's or something.
Oh, right.
Last, I kind of had like a version of that one, so it's not exactly like we were buddies to begin with, but she did what I wanted her to do, and I did what she wanted her to do. But now, well, I don't think the old quack was into checking the boxes.
Hey, I mean, I've kind of been there with having one that doesn't really get along with you. Is it giving you a lot of shit now?
And now we'll just kind of be like, yes and no. It's weird.
Yeah. It's never that easy to boil down.
No, but I think it means that I've been going along the right path somehow anyway.
You think so?
I mean, like I said before, my persona's artificial. It was an image I had to create for myself bit by bit rather than having it naturally generate. The fact that it can take more of my own ideals means that, well,
you're giving it life.
I guess technically.
Hey, I mean, maybe it's a bit weird and hard and difficult and different for you, but that means you're, doing something that you thought was impossible.
I mean, just
give yourself a little credit.
You can roll an understanding if you want.
I'd like to. I was going to. Okay. Hey, I spent that my intuition.
Yeah, remember you spent 3 PP so
I know.
far. Okay. So, you see that, like Naomi, because Akira can hear.
Yeah.
She was going to say something like, but Koharu's did it before mine. You know how Mo looked different. Yeah.
Exactly. Alright. Let me think. Well, I'd say that's pretty good. I mean, that's like a good sign for the future, honestly. Isn't it? I'm not misunderstanding, right?
Well, Halloween did get stronger.
Yeah, but I mean... Even if she's being a bit more difficult to deal with, that means she's, got something going on in there now.
It's kind of like my MO, being difficult to deal with.
Yeah, she inherited you, which means you are pretty concrete. The world said it's not going to forget you that easily.
Well, that is the plan.
Well, hey, I mean, if I can ever do anything to help with that, or you just want to talk about it, I mean, I definitely don't know what it's like to go through that whole thing, but I've at least had to work around some troublesome personas before, so. I mean, I'm here to talk if you want.
Naomi will think for a bit and she'll be like, it's something I'll seriously consider based on the question I dodged earlier.
Just curious to know which one she might be referencing.
Do you want to, guess? Or?
I mean, she starts a fucking lot, Jess.
I know. I just wondered if you wanted to guess or you wanted to
I don't want to look like an idiot, so no.
I guess it'd be knowledge with your modifier for Naomi.
Okay. Oh boy. Fuck
I mean, she said a lot of things.
Mm.
You know?
Right.
And now we'll be like, did you forget already?
No. No. I don't think so.
Ho, ho, ho.
What's that?
That's your I totally forgot guilty sound.
Oh. Okay.
But no, when we're talking about how people view friendships and how it's a lot more different than just being friends.
Oh. Yeah. No. I've really learned that friendships are really fucking hard, but I mean, it's like a good hard, you know?
Well, the power of friendship is quite invaluable.
Yeah, I know, right? Kira says that with
I mean that literally.
I do too.
I mean it more than you mean it.
I mean, way more than you mean it.
Oh, well, I suppose you win then if you believe in that.
Yeah, I do.
I don't need to tell you anything more then because your belief is much more powerful than mine is.
I mean, you could gracefully give me a exchange of information as the wonderful second place. You know, exchange ideas, theory craft on. What do you mean?
And now you'll just kind of start counting on her fingers, and she'll get to her seventh finger, and she'll be like, "Chariot, right?"
Yeah.
And do you remember who I am, Akira?
You're the moon.
Oh, good. Yes, it seems like everybody. How much do you know about the Arcana?
I've talked to a few people about it.
A few people. That sounds like an awful amount of people.
I mean, yeah, I still don't really get it. I mean, it's like a deck of cards that people used to tell the future with. And they're supposed to mean things like little bits of personality, but
I suppose you need to flip the thinking on its head. Why do you think people use it to tell the future?
because it's got like a bunch of relatable parts in it.
Yes.
And it's really magical or something, like old time spiritualist stuff.
Technically?
I thought I was out of class. Come on. Give me a hint, teacher.
And she'll just kind of be like, well, you know, it's not because the cards themselves or the people who do it anyway have the power. It's because they draw from the source.
So, like, the thing behind the cards, like, that they were inspired by is powerful?
Inspiration would be a very good thing. It's kind of like, you know how you imagine things in your head, but when you draw them out, they don't really, like, live up to expectation.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
Like, even for the greatest artists, you know, there's always going to be that feeling that you could have done it better. It's like that. Like, that's what the Arcana is. And the tarot cards are just trying to, you know, capture that feeling.
That's almost kind of sad.
But yeah, imagine the Arcana is like this giant well.
Okay.
And personas are kind of like the buckets that you get the Arcana water in and hold it.
Okay.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, when it comes to friendship, the power of friendship is quite a literal thing, you know. if you're going to be closer to people, that shapes who you are. I mean, you have Sugihara as your teacher. He didn't tell you this?
No, he did. I'm just forget. And I mean, it's not like I forget, but every time someone talks about this, they talk about like they know something I really don't, and I'm an idiot. I just assume I don't know it.
Well, to tell you a secret, I mostly get this stuff from Koharu.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, she takes the psychology class.
Oh. Hey,
I don't
smart.
actually tell her, I just receive it.
Hey, smart call. That's being industrious.
But no, anyway. That's why I said I'd consider it, honestly. It doesn't hurt to have more friends, for now at least.
Can I do an understanding roll to see if it's as mercenary as she's saying it?
Right. Alright. It's not like it's completely, I just want to be friends again. It's kind of like you read her milestones.
Yeah, I mean.
So, I mean, meta-wise, it's to do with her 1 XP one. But, you know that she's like, I could really do with some friends, but at the same time, one day you're going to take everything away from me. That's what she fears anyway.
Yeah, so
that's why she's like,
she's scared.
She's think about it. Yeah. And you do notice that even though Masako's not saying or doing anything, the fact that Naomi hasn't really, been like, oh, you're not saying anything, means that, she does want to be around people.
She wants to be around people. Yeah. Akira will put on a bit of a dumb smile and pull her into a hug and go, all right.
She won't fight Akira off, but she will do a little bit of a tug. Like she's got to show that she's not gonna
she's not gonna lay down and die.
She's not gonna submit to the doggo.
Not gonna submit to doggo.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Besides, I can just make you a list of how you can redeem yourself.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Masako will just kind of be like, wow, you really are a dog.
I'm not. It's not being a dog. It's just being willing to, reach out for a friend. I miss Naomi. Do you want to list Masako?
Masako will reach into her bag and she'll get out a bone and she'll wave it in front of Akira.
Not a dog. She'll look down.
She'll throw it out towards the ocean.
Akira will turn to look at it and realize that might be interpreted in the wrong way and kind of put her head away embarrassed. Like, all right.
You'll see Griffin fly out towards you.
Look who's the real dog.
Did you really think I thought you'd run after it?
No. Yeah, you were. I thought you might think so.
Maybe I should
I did
try
just
that.
turn into a cat. I wouldn't put it past you.
And eventually you'll start to hear in the distance like the chiming of the bell.
Yeah, Akira will straighten up and let go Naomi and be like, oh yeah, we should probably go to class.
Yeah, I actually like Miss Mamumu.
She seems cool. Well, fuck, what is Akira's Friday class? Oh, it's just, right, it's this study hall stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, Sugihara.
Yeah, Fridays are great. It's just chilling with Mr. Sugihara.
And Nam will just kind of put her hand through her hair and she'll be like, whenever I go blonde, I always get invited to their stupid fan club.
Oh, they think you're trying to do the dye thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Sugihara is Sugihara Sensei is a really cool guy and great teacher, but club's just a little weird, right?
You've never had a crush on a high school teacher?
Well, I wouldn't have made a club about it.
You should really watch more anime. And she'll start walking towards the academy.
Yeah, careful. Follow along with the loyal dog, and they'll dance a bit before the class.
Right, I need to check my phone. I think that was the dinner's ready. Cool.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. I guess I'll just check at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Alright. So, it will now be Koharu's turn.
Oh, God. I don't remember if I was doing anything as Koharu.
You didn't say. But anyway, I had something for you anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so do you need some time to collect your breath?
No, it's fine. I'm
Need to wet your throat?
No, I'm fine. I've been drinking water.
Alright. Alright, so we'll go through the flim flam doobity jam again, and I'll ask you how Kaharu's feeling.
I don't know. After yesterday, she's like, "Oh my god, I've done it. I've cracked the Naomi code. This is great. Everything's great." She's in high spirits.
Oh, you're actually feeling good. That's good.
Of course, she was feeling great last time. She's like, "Yes." I mean, she's also like, "Oh god, I'm just trying to forget about how awful everything the Katsumi domain went." But you know.
I wouldn't expect her to think like, wow, life is fucking great, but she's got, a bit of a spring thing.
Yeah. She's, I would say she's trying to forget that part intentionally. So life's, that's really, that's a turning point. She's very happy. She can start helping Naomi. Please forget about everything else.
All right, so as you're leaving the class, Sugiharu will ask if you could stay behind for 5 minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
And
great.
he'll ask how you're doing and stuff.
Oh, pretty alright, Sensei.
And he'll nod and he'll be like, "That's good. That's good. I was going to do little checkups on you guys. Request from Gander."
Oh, right. Well, she is always looking out for us. I hope we don't complain too much around the dorms that she's that worried about us.
And Sugiharu will just kind of cross his arms and he'll be like, "It's mainly because, well, she said that there were some issues that might cause tension between you." And Koharu can try to roll an understanding.
Sure.
He won't have his modifier. It's not to do with him. You know what I mean. Alright. When Koharu thinks of tensions between you guys, she's like, "Well, we are fine," but then she's like, "Oh, Suzuka."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't think about Kira. I suppose there is a bit of a tense spot between some of us at the dorm.
Right. Well, unless you want to go into detail, I just thought I'd do my part.
Well, I would think your opinion would be helpful, Sensei. It's mostly just that, well, I'm worried that Shizu-chan's kind of put herself in a bad place, maybe. I mean, we were all getting along for a while now, but she's kind of gone back to keeping her distance again.
I can see what you mean, but I suppose we can always put a more positive spin on this in that she's at least keeping company around you.
Keeping company around you. Wait, what was
Like
he?
she's still attending class and going back to the dormitory.
I didn't think it was. Well, I didn't think that would be a positive side. I thought that was to be assumed. Did you think it could get that bad with her?
And Sugiho will just be like, well, speaking from my personal experiences with cases, there are there you do know the phenomenon about people who are a bit agoraphobic.
I didn't realize it was like that for Shizu-chan.
Mhm. And he'll just kind of scratch his chin and he'll be like, it's not my place to talk about something so private about Fujikage, but well, that I haven't had a session with her, but well, some people just react differently, extroverts, introverts.
Oh, I see. Uh, Is mm, is there something we could be doing to help her?
Mm. Unless I know exactly like what caused her to, well, become more insular, then no. And I think even then, well, the power's in her hands. If the rest of the your classmates are as or of the same mindset as you, go.
Mm, yeah, it basically was just a pretty bad disagreement.
Mm,
I mean,
right.
mm,
Mm, mm. But anyway, if you do wish to talk about this more in detail, we can always schedule something. Uh, I just wanted to check up on you. I don't want to waste your lunchtime after all.
right. Thank you, Sensei. I appreciate it, and I'll get back to you if I think it becomes necessary.
Hmm. Right, right.
Right. I'll see you after lunch, Sensei.
See you later, Kai.
All right. She'll
And
scamper off.
all right. So you probably spent like 5, 7 minutes talking to him.
Sure.
And what are your senses again?
Isn't it taste and sight?
Yeah. All right. So so when you step outside of the classroom, it feels like not chilly, but there's like a bit of like movement in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And as you step outside, you'll see this somewhat familiar figure. It's been a while, but
Okay.
you'll see this giant godlike figure standing outside of the door with his arms crossed and waiting for you to come outside.
God, like, is it Coca-Cola?
Yes,
Jinko Chan? What's his one? Jikoten?
Jacotin.
Jikoten, yes, thank you. Oh, Jikoten. Hello. She does like a bow. I mean, he's a big guy.
And you can actually hear the bamboo flutes because you know his quirk.
Great. Yeah. What can I do for you? Is Daichi with you? She looks a bit annoyed.
And he'll shake his head and he'll be like, no, he had his own business to attend to. I actually requested to see you.
Oh. Okay.
There's a bit of a crowd behind him because, it's a god.
Would you like to go somewhere to talk then?
Yes, that would be quite pleasant.
How about the art room?
If that is your choice of destination, then I will follow you.
All right. This way, sir.
Alright, so, Koharu walks a bit. You see that he hasn't moved, but then when she walks a bit forward, you can see him, floating behind you.
Good. Great. Alright, so very...
To Koharu's feeling, it seems like he's doing, like little micro teleportations.
Yeah, I got that, don't worry.
Yeah.
Straight that one bit. Alright. Bring him to the art room and stuff.
Alright. So Jacotin's 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
So his head will get dangerously close to the ceiling, and he has to duck a bit to go through the door. He could technically just phase through, but he chooses to duck.
What a good guy. Alright. Alright, let's sit down and she'll be like, so you wanted to speak to me?
I wanted to know how you were feeling.
She blinks. You did? About what?
Well, about your state of existence.
That's a rather broad question.
Oh, I thought I was being, less ambiguous than I usually am.
Can I ask what spurred this on?
Well, you are very important to Koharu. And after witnessing the events the other day, I feel as if, the door is opening slightly more.
Oh, that's good then. By other day, does he mean the dream?
Yes, he means what happened. Yeah.
I just have to check, just for posterity's sake.
Yeah.
Right. Well, last night was a bit of a very surreal experience, but I'm glad it happened.
You're glad it happened? For what reason?
It kind of reminds me of something Aki would say, but sometimes it's better to just lay all the things out and let it all come out at once. Naomi and I had to go through a lot of really uncomfortable topics, but we were finally talking to each other about them. And now I think we're better off.
Better off? Well, you certainly seem more in sync.
That's all I could really ask for.
And Jacotin will kind of put a finger in front of his face, and it'll be like, before there was such discordant melodies that swelled around you both.
But now we sound in tune?
Not exactly yet. It's more as if you're playing the same tune, but you're playing at the wrong time.
Alright. Well, that's better than before. Just say, trying to sound determined.
Yes, it is certainly a step, especially when it comes to saving humanity.
Right. So you definitely know about that.
I know about many things that go on within your world, Koharu.
Of course, you would. Right. Silly question. Fine, sorry.
I suppose I was moved by your plight. I wish to negotiate with my human bearer.
She blinks. I mean, first, like, oh, how nice, he cares. Oh, negotiate with nice. Was that negotiation to speak to me?
I believe for brevity's sake, the answer would be yes. There are many complex mechanisms and emotions that go on between myself and my human being.
Well, of course. I mean, it is Daichi. He's a very deep person. Can I ask you a question?
Certainly. I had thought that in order to reward your persistence and your diligence, I would answer questions that, are close to your heart and your being.
Oh, thanks. It's not like I was very, upset or anything, but was Daichi worried last night? Because he seemed really lax.
And Jacochi will just kind of look towards, I suppose there's like an art display.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the art room. There's probably a couple little fucking, like, things set up. I mean, she figured he'd appreciate the space because, arty boy. That's why she brought him here.
Yeah, his eyes will fix upon the it's like a statue, yeah. It's like human size.
A bust.
It's not a bust, it's like actually a full-sized human.
Jesus fucking Christ! Alright. Yeah. It's a fucking human.
And he'll be like, I wish I could tell you about the inner workings of Quan Chai's emotions, but it is an inherent part of his being to separate himself from his persona.
Isn't that a bad thing?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a bad thing. There is, unless you are a demon, there is no inherent good or inherent bad within you humans.
Okay, but isn't it normally better to sort of have a healthy connection and not try and pretend like they don't exist?
Well, it's an ability that has manifested within him through his own force of will. Well, there is meaning behind it. Is this not simply based on a whim?
Well, of course not. There's meaning in everything he does. Sometimes it's just really hard to figure out.
But most personas, they are able to connect to their humans' thoughts, memories, emotions. I, however, do not have that connection with Quan Chai.
Why not?
The simplest answer would be because he deigns it so.
Can you do that?
He'll be like, no, I have a contract with Quan Chai. I cannot break my own contract, Koharu.
No, I just meant... I didn't know that was something that could ever happen.
He'll just kind of bring his hands together And he'll be like, it is quite the rare gift.
Why would he want to?
Why would you want to have a persona, Koharu?
Mm. Mm. I mean, they're a tool of expression, a manifestation of your identity. Why wouldn't you want to?
Those are questions that are most poised for Quan-Chi himself. I am a god. I cannot relate in the same way that you humans do.
No, maybe not, but I feel like he wouldn't take me seriously if I asked them.
And I believe that your intuition is quite on the spot there.
You're
I find
worried about it, right?
When it comes to saving humanity, it does worry me. Remember how I came into contact with you all.
Right. It's kind of funny to think about now.
Yes, I do believe I warned the Kazuhaya Akira of the plague that she had associated herself with, but well.
Car just kind of looks down. That's a little fucking grim.
But what's in the past should remain in the past.
Right. But it shouldn't be ignored, which is why you're worried about Daichi.
Well, for brevity's sake, yes.
You want me to help you, then?
And he'll just kind of smile and he'll be like, your efforts into correcting the wrongs of one human is certainly helping me and the rest of those who do not have dreams.
The wrongs of one human. Sorry, meta-wise. Am I fucking retarded?
That's what he said.
This just okay. Is that supposed to sound like, ooh, yes, I know what you're doing, Katsu? Because that's what I thought he was saying.
I mean, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. Thank you. What do you mean?
And he'll just kind of look towards the statue once more, and he'll be like, when it comes to the tales, there's always going to be the folly of mankind that leads towards its destruction, and it takes another one of mankind in order to stop that destruction. It's a cycle.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Your answers are kind of vague sometimes. I meant, what did you mean we were helping one person with?
And he'll just kind of inhale, and he'll be like, what I can tell you is extremely limited because there are forces out there that do not want you to know. And whatever I tell you, it won't hurt me, but it will hurt the human whom I'm bound to.
I can't really ask that then.
No, whenever it has gotten to this dire state that whenever people say that villain's name, they are drawn closer towards the end.
Should Koharu have any fucking idea what he's talking about? Because you just lost me.
Nope.
Alright, just checking. Cool. I like to check in. I apologize. But I want to. This is a character who's not retarded, so I need to make sure I ask. Unlike Akira, where I can just fucking like it. Villain.
A pure evil.
We've never really had a face to connect to it.
No.
How obfuscated is it then?
A face that constantly changes, a face that never smiles or opens its eyes.
Mm. So, right. A more abstract force.
I believe that wouldn't be incorrect to say.
So, right. Thank you for telling me all of this.
As I said before, despite the opposite sides that you and your sister find yourself on, the conflict that will happen in the future, the amount of pain and suffering you will cause to one another, it all has a greater purpose. You must not lose sight of that.
Well, it's been a long time since Naomi and I were getting along with each other with no hardships in between. It's nothing new. It'll all be worth it in the end.
Yes, you do have the power to carry on.
Right. Well, thank you.
You would have been quite the subject for one of my followers to connect with, but it has been many a year since I last had a presence within this land to commune to.
Oh, thank you. That's a really high compliment.
I do have a I do have a weakness towards the arts.
Well, they get to the heart of everything, don't they? Even a god.
Yes, you would be quite the worthy bearer of an Aspsara.
The cigar, know what the fuck that is?
You can roll a knowledge roll.
Do I have any relevant knowledge?
Unless you have Buddhist or Hindu. No.
Could I add half my Shintoism since they all bleed together?
No, it's nothing to do with Shinto, really.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking if there's a connection. Yeah, cool.
Right. So, Koharu would know that he's talking about, since he's talking about his servants and the way that Koharu likes to think about the wider meaning of the world. He's possibly talking about a female follower of his.
Right. Thank you, sir.
But no. The last person who had a Gandhava, he suffered a most unfortunate fate.
Oh, I see.
I suppose this setting around us, it brings bittersweetness.
Right.
But, well, was that all you wished to ask of me? I do believe that I deviated from the subject somewhat.
I think that's all for now, then.
Hmm. Right. Well, I suppose I should make my way back to Quanzhou.
Right. Thank you for coming to speak to me, sir.
Hmm. It's not a problem. I do have my tasks that I keep up with.
Well, it was an honor, though. She'll get up and straighten her down, do a little bow.
Hmm. And he'll look once more towards the statue, and he'll be like, please do tell that boy that he has made quite the wonderful piece of artwork. And he will teleport on out.
Teleports behind you. Nice art, kid. Teleports away.
Yes.
She'll look at the piece of the statue and see what it's called and who made it.
Alright, so you'll see that the statue is made out of the dark stone. It's like kind of like purpley black.
Okay.
And it's called Radiance.
Okay.
And it looks like a female figure with her arm outstretched. And at her feet are like people, and being flung away from her are also people.
Okay. Interesting.
And she has long hair.
Okay.
And it's spaghetti.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Cool. So I'll have to tell him a god liked it later. Alright, coll. Guess she'll go off to go eat lunch now.
Alright.
Clap,
And
clap.
the music fucking stops.
Thanks, Chico.
Alright. Alright, so I guess now that it's everybody's lunch all times, as everybody gets back to class and they go finishing up their business studies, Sugiharu will be like, right, before we forget, Dark, Kazuhaya, do you have anything to ask us?
Well, I mean, it's time we report back to the council, so...
Mm.
Wait, I thought that was tomorrow.
Yeah, it is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess,
It's
does
just-
anybody have any
If
questions?
they have any questions we could bring to them.
Rio?
Rio will just kind of look at Raph
He's on
and
the
go,
council, Raph.
Raph does have a shaking grin.
I don't need a middleman to report my findings to the council.
Yeah,
But as part of this class, wouldn't we be the ones responsible to report it to the council?
he's in the council, Raph. He could just do it himself.
Sorry.
Yes, I could. It is your responsibility to bring the concerns of the other students to them, though.
So you picked the one person who was the wrong choice. Proud of you.
I think we're at the bottom of the barrel, actually.
Don't let me in with you, please.
Like Reiko will feel something moving within her chest. That familiar swell of wanting to burst out.
Oh my god, it's just Buster!
Oh my god.
Phoenix, no.
I'm like, I mean, if I understand it correctly, you mean that I have this look that, like this from Nicolas Cage meme, that he's like trying to hold back laughter. He's like looking completely seriously. And
He wants to give a suggestion.
Oh my god, Phoenix want to give a suggestion.
Yes.
Phoenix, you're not a high school student!
Please, no.
Anyway.
Do you release the Phoenix?
I mean, he can. I'm like, what is this?
This is
Mighty
the first
Phoenix?
time you've. Yeah, it's the first time you felt him since after Katsumi. You feel like he's had a nice little kip.
I hope it's just an egg pops out.
I hope he
mean,
has a
where?
different voice
Wait,
since he
okay,
got
so I'm
born.
kind of confused because he did manifest himself before that.
Remember, like you shut down your limits because you
No,
Kazu.
Jesse talked yesterday. Or
Yeah.
last. Sorry, not yesterday. This morning.
Oh, okay, misunderstanding. Am I?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess now it was just a whisper.
Love to scream as Phoenix. Of course.
Oh
he does.
shit! Well,
You
he was.
fill scenes with
Fuck.
so much unnecessary screaming.
Can I make a suggestion? When he rebirths himself, he should get a new voice.
No.
Please.
Yeah, I'll do.
A louder one, probably.
What is it? You want me to be louder?
Jess, let me do
That's
Phoenix's
Shaxx.
new voice.
Oh no!
No.
Boy!
Oh my god, I watched Neo Yoke and when I hear boy, I'm fucking just dying inside. Anyways, I'm like, I try to like, oh, good to see you back up again, Mighty Phoenix. I say that mentally inside my head. I mean to myself,
Yes.
essentially.
Let us contribute to this class.
What the fuck was that?
I mean, he's just in her head.
I love.
Yeah.
He's trying to be restrained.
No.
That's fucked up.
There's just no air to be loud in her head.
Fair.
You saying
understandable.
Reiko's not an airhead?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, I'm very interested in hearing your proposition, like trying to guide him that please don't burst out like a freaking Rammstein concert in the middle of the class and just, tell me what I might tell them.
Oh, okay. So it'll be like, I suggest we make some sort of field trip for tomorrow. That'll be fun. We should go outside and breathe some fresh air.
You don't know, I wanted to, visit my mom in Tokyo.
We'll make it to Tokyo or something. I want to go outside. I want to have a field trip. I want to relieve those days that I haven't got to experience with you.
I mean, we will have a trip, just not with the entire class. It's my personal matter.
I mean, he meant like you have like a morning session, so he meant like that, not after school. He meant as part of school.
Yeah, how are we gonna teach? Any suggestions, student council? Can our class go and just skip Saturday?
Well,
excuse
actually,
me,
we'll be asking
if you're a
after.
rat, you're just coming off of your class. It's
Be
already
asking after
happened.
you've done it. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Whatever.
Go ahead, you're allowed to. Oh wait, it's already your time's up. Phoenix, you're retarded.
Rio would never have been more embarrassed than if his representatives from his class asked that.
Okay, we gotta do that then.
No.
Why? What?
Whose idea was to put Raph in the...
Well, remember, this is a conversation that's going on in your head right now, so...
Yes. I'm like, look, you will get enough fresh air, and we don't need other classmates or council for that.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, either I don't understand what he asked me specifically, but the way I understand it, it's like...
He wants more field trips.
Dude, we will have a bloody field trip, but I don't need the entire class for this.
Oh. He'll just kind of sulk.
I just throw my hands. No, wait, I mean not... Yeah, I slightly, there's like... As Reiko doesn't say anything silent, there's this like almost throwing hands in the air in this like and just lowers back down but doesn't say anything, just shakes her head like I don't get it.
Alright, sounds
Like,
like
yeah,
you guys have as many complaints as usual, which is none.
Just give Akira a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well,
I have a suggestion then.
Okay.
sure.
Coming from a member of the student council, this isn't something that comes from my class, but something I was thinking about for the entire grade. Perhaps it would be beneficial of you as our representatives to go with the other first-year representatives at some point and come up with a joint proposal that the student council might wish to initiate more activities that bring the various grade levels of the school together. There are after-school clubs, of course, but we usually interact with those of our peers, where getting guidance from our seniors would be most helpful to adjusting to the school life and any other problems we're experiencing.
So
Okay, I was joking earlier when I asked you if you wanted to tell the council anything.
Really, Raph?
That's what I'm going to start with, yeah. Moving on.
All right, I'll
Nope.
look for the other people then, Rio, and bring it up to them.
Hmm.
See if they're interested in it.
Right, then. Yeah, we'll go back to just, he pointed out something you might want to do.
All right.
Okay, good. Should we do that during council or before?
Huh. Well, Raph, we need to find all of them first. I mean, if we see any of them as we're there, we could, but I mean, we have to kind of ask the other representatives first. That's kind of the suggestion he asked.
I was talking about talking to them. Either do you want to do it during the council itself or prior to the council? The other first year of representatives, obviously, is what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, if we run into them, sure, we could bring it up to them.
Okay. I just meant basically if you wanted to actively search for them or not. You're saying passive, so I got it.
Okay. Raph.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Right. So has everybody had their say then?
It would
Yeah,
seem so, Sensei.
Out of curiosity, is Suzuka in the class at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, good. I'm done.
Sit back down.
All right. So we'll say that thing where you know, like, I mean, it'll be one of the representatives. I haven't done this before, but I've been studying, so I guess it'll be Akira since he's more aware than Raph. You know, when the vice president of the class stands up and says, "All rise, bow,"
Sure.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And the bell will go off, indicating the end of the class.
Yeah.
I love the end of class.
Yes.
Yep.
Wait, I'm Rio. I hate the end of class.
So it's Friday. So if you have clubs or if you want to do your evening thing, we'll form an orderly queue and I'll ask you what you want to do.
I don't have a fucking club.